Hi, and welcome back to another one of Automatech's Watch and Learn series videos. I am your host, Franco Petrone. Today we'll be talking about the Database Manager and how to set up a data tag. In this video we'll be talking about the Database Manager, how to create a tag, other settings for the tag, why you shouldn't use a Database Manager for troubleshooting, and setting up a data link. We are in the workspace, but there's a few different ways we can get the Database Manager. I'm just going to change the color real fast. Pardon me. Okay. From the Applications tab, you can go over and select Database Manager. From the project tree on the left-hand side, you can go down to Database and select it. And if you want to be fancy, right-click on the Windows icon, go to Run, and type in Database Manager. Okay. As you can see, I only have a few tags in here, but they are showing data and they are working. Some simple functions in the Database Manager. You have Save, Reload, Create New. Any of this stuff can be researched on your own. You can go to the Help tab, eBooks, they have all information for you. But to begin, we're going to create a new tag. So we have a couple of different ways. You can either double click on the chart or go to Add. So for right now, I'm going to double click on the chart. We're going to pick an analog input tag. And this brings up the settings you can put in. I'm just going to put in a quick name, demo, example for the video. Same stuff I do all the time. The next tab right there is if you're going to be using a chain for a tag. Sometimes a calculation tag or timer tags have them. But for right now, we're just going to go to the IGS driver. And if you're using 6.1 and above, you do have this new IGS browse feature where you can go in, find the tag you need, hit OK, and hit Save. Now remember, the IGS has a configuration for its tag setup as an channel device tag. Not all tags are this. Let's remember they are differently set up, but for this example we're just going to be using the IGS driver and its channel device tag. And as you can see, I'm going to be doing it manually again just to show you. If it doesn't work, it's going to kick out an error message for me to double check, and usually 9 times out of 10 it's a syntax error. We call it fat fingering, but call it whatever you want. So come back in here, double take, and realize, oh, I forgot the period between filler 01 and motor. Engineering units are pretty important. Make sure you are in actual range of your data. And if you ever have any questions on sections, hit the little icon on the top right hand corner, the question mark, and you can go through each section and it gives you a detailed message. Because we're using an analog input tag, the alarming is pretty basic. You can check off the priority, which one to use, and from there to set the alarm and the levels you want the alarm to trigger depending on what the data is at. And after 5.9 we have this new feature called alarm shelving that will be discussed in another video. Go to the advanced tab. If you want to put any more alarm extensions, you can put them on there. I won't do this in this video. Security areas, enable output, more advanced stuff for the tag if you are familiar with this process. And if you'd like to use it for historian, you can enable it in here, but I highly recommend that you add tags through the historian and the iFix collector, then coming through here. And always make sure you put it back on scan when you're finished. This will make sure that the SAC reads it. Also note that register tags do not work the same as other tags, where register tags bypasses the SAC and automatically gets read upon change. Okay, so right now we finished kind of creating a demo tag. As you can see in the top corner, it's row number 1. It is showing current values. I can hit Control R to refresh it. It's always going to show data if it is properly connected. I can go to other drivers. There's an example of OPC UA. I won't get into that. But if I wanted to go to the IGS, I can pull it up. Over here we have tools. We have the historian admin that I can come to here as well. So you can go to other aspects or other software from here if needed. Verify if you need to run through your syntax and make sure everything's working. Summary is very important. It tells you how many tags you have against your current license. This is good for when it comes to licensing, expanding your system, trying to get a quote, anything you'll need as it comes to purchasing new licensed software. So keep that in mind. Summary is a really important tool for your database. Right now I'm going to show you how to do a export with a CSV. This will take your database, move it to a CSV file where you can put it into another SCADA if needed, or just have it as backup. Go over here at the import. Go over here to the import, and it will stop the SAC. Come over here and go demo. Sometimes there'll be errors on import. This is just an example of one. Give it a second. Load. Now, as you can see, my demo tag for some reason didn't keep the address, so I'm going to go back in there, add the tag pretty quickly. And that's how you import a CSV file back into your database. Also note that if you are going to be using a CSV file to import, that your IGS or any other driver is set up completely. It can lead to errors, so it's good to make sure that your OPF file in the IGS is set up before you add a CSV file. That way it knows what the address is and the actual address is present. So I'm going to go into my workspace, the picture from before. I'm just going to put a data link in. I'm going to find the tag inside the database, go to the node, demo, f_cv, pretty standard. Data entry in place, so I can change it in place if needed during runtime. Everything else can kind of stay the same. I can go to run mode, and it's going to populate, so we know that it's good. And you can see the box around it, so I can select it. I just want to give you a quick demonstration of why the database manager isn't good for troubleshooting. The issue is the database manager can only refresh every 5 seconds maximum, and your data tag will continuously update depending on SAC. So if you look to the right, it's stuck at 4.07, but if you look to the left, it's continuously climbing. I can sit here and keep hitting Control-R to refresh, and I can keep hitting it every second, but it's only going to update every 5 seconds, no matter what. So keep that in mind. A lot of people come back and ask us, hey, why is my data not coming in correctly or on time or fast? And we have to go through that little bit with them. And that wraps up our quick how-to video. If you have any more questions, please reach out to your account rep or email us at support@automatech.com. We do offer a 154 fundamentals class that dive into database manager, creating tags, a lot more. I highly recommend it if you are going to be using the iFix product. Thank you and have a wonderful day.